Easy, Coachies. Somebody smell a wolf or something out there? Ah, don't be afraid. Whatever it is, it's more scared of us than we are of it. Yeah, don't you worry.
All right, Sonny. Turn around real slow, or it's gonna be the last turn you'll ever make. And don't even wiggle a toe, or I'll turn you into a lead soldier.
I don't know who you are, mister, but there's been a big mistake here.
The only mistake you made was getting drunk when you should have kept running.
Look, you don't understand. Will you listen?
Shut up! That's an Army saddle, right? Army saddlebags? You're nothing but a lousy deserter. You're the third one we picked up this month.
A deserter? How can I be a deserter? I've never even been in the Army.
Then you stole Army property. You're still in plenty of trouble.
Hey, Sarge. Here's a pay book. Name, Corporal Angus Borden.
So, you never been in the Army, huh?
Look, if you'll just listen to me for a minute,
Shut up!
I was asleep last night and somebody hit me on the head.
Dugan. Rogers. Trust this drunken deserter up in that saddle. Harris, take care of the other horses. It's just a short way to Fort Meade, son, and then we'll get everything straightened out. You'll be lucky if you don't get shot.
Sergeant, if you'll just listen to me for 1 minute. Look, just 1 minute, listen to me.
Detail dismissed.
What have you got there, Sergeant?
A deserter, sir. According to the pay book we found on him, his name is Corporal Angus Borden.
Did Did you say Corporal Angus Borden?
Yes, sir. That's the name was on the pay book, sir.
Bring the prisoner over here, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from, Corporal?
I am not a soldier.
Straighten up when you're talking to the captain.
Now, look, I'm not a soldier, and I'm not in the army.
Shut up! He smelled like a whiskey still when we found him, and he still don't make any sense.
Captain, if you will listen to me for 1 minute, I'll explain everything.
Go into my office. No, wait a minute, Sergeant. I think I want to speak to him alone. Wait outside, Sergeant.
Okay. And what? Adams? Yo. Lloyd? Right.
All right. What have you got to say?
My name is Joe Cartwright. I was camped last night on my way to Lode City. While I was asleep, a man, evidently this man Borden, knocked me on the head, changed clothes with me, switched horses.
This man you say knocked you out. Did you see him?
I just told you I was asleep. How could I see him? Wait a minute. I got something here that'll settle this. All right, now, this is a letter to a man named Billings in Lode City. That should prove to you that I am Joe Cartwright. Well, is that proof enough?
Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, you've just earned yourself a promotion.
Sir?
This is Corporal Angus Borden. Deserter from Fort Craig, Montana Territory. Court-martialed and convicted for the cold-blooded killing of a superior officer.
Now, that's ridiculous. I just gave you a letter proving exactly who I am.
That proves nothing. You undoubtedly stole it, as you have undoubtedly stolen other things to avoid your punishment. Have you forgotten I was at Fort Craig when you were tried and convicted?
I've never seen you before in my life.
Stop lying! I intend to wire Fort Craig for permission to execute the prisoner here. Keep a heavy guard on him, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
He must be crazy. He can't execute me.
He can and he will, Sonny, as soon as he gets official permission. He's the commanding officer here.
Look, I'm not Borden, I swear to you. He couldn't have seen me at Fort Craig. He's lying about it.
He's a captain in the United States Army, and you're still drunk. Now, get in there.
Sergeant, will you listen to me for a minute? The letter I just gave the captain proves I'm Joe Cartwright.
And like the captain said, you probably stole it.
Well, give me a chance to prove to you I didn't. Come on, Sergeant, give me a break.
Now, look, Sonny, the captain put the big finger on you. There's nothing you can do about it, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Why not?
Because I'm in the Army, that's why. I'm a sergeant, and the captain's my commanding officer.
Well, what do you know about him?
What do I have to know about him? It's like I said, he's my commanding officer.
Look, he said he knew Borden at Fort Craig, right?
What about it?
Well, that means he couldn't have been here very long.
That's right. He just got transferred here a few days ago.
All right, then you don't know anything about him, and he could be lying about me.
Oh, now, look, son, no sergeant in his right mind is going to think a thing like that about his commanding officer.
Oh, I see. You've been in the Army so long you don't think for yourself anymore. Is that it?
All right, get in there.
Sergeant, a wire to my father in Virginia City will straighten this whole thing out right away. Look, if it doesn't, you're not risking anything. If it does, you save my life.
What do you mean, not risking anything? Losing my stripes, that's all.
Losing your stripes? Sergeant, I'm going to lose my life.
Hi, Sarge.
Dugan, I'm gonna tell you about a little gal I met in town last night. Sarge, I met me a bar gal in town, but she kind of fat she was, but...
Shut up.
Gee, Sarge, all I want to do is just thank you for the passing to town last night.
I said shut up. Can't you see I'm thinking?
Oh, is that what you're doing? Well, I guess I better bunk out, because I'm plumb wore down to a frazzle.
Peters.
Yes, Sarge.
I got some real good news for you. Seeing as how you had such a good time in town last night, I'm going to give you another pass.
Well, gee, Sarge, thanks, but I guess I'd best turn it down.
What? Turning down a pass?
Well, like I said, Sarge,
What kind of a soldier are you? You're a disgrace to that uniform.
I'm full tuckered out, Sarge. Well, all right, Sarge, you put it that way.
That's exactly the way I put it. Besides, I want you to do something for me. If it'll make you feel any better, son, I sent a man into town and got that wire off to your father, whom you claim lives in Virginia City.
You won't regret it, Sergeant.
I better not. I stuck my neck out about a yard.
Thanks.
Ah, shut up. One thing I can't stand is to see a man going soft.
Yeah, I can see that, Sergeant.
Yes?
Private Marsh, sir.
What is it?
I have a civilian outside your door, sir. Insists on seeing you, but won't give his name.
Send him in.
Yes, sir.
You fool, Borden. You want to get shot?
What are you talking about, shot? I'm nothing but a poor, innocent civilian, Captain.
What kind of a crazy game do you think you're playing?
I'm not playing no game. I planned this whole thing out very carefully. Right from the first time I saw that prisoner you got locked up in there. See, I said to myself, he about my height and about my weight. So I followed him, switched clothes with him, left my army equipment with him. I was real smart about it. Now all you gotta do is execute him.
So that's all I have to do.
Yeah. So you execute him, and I'm in the clear, and you're in the clear too.
Borden, you have a genius for fouling things up. First at Fort Craig and now here.
Now you listen to me.
No, you listen to me. You and your plans. You're so stupidly careless you left this on the man you switched clothes with.
Paid to the order of Joseph Cartwright, $5,000. Boy, that is a lot of money, Captain.
Forget it. There's nothing to do with the predicament you've gotten us into.
It's not that easy. Just say $5,000, forget it. That's a lot of money. All I gotta do to collect $5,000 is go right on being this Joe Cartwright.
You'll do nothing of the sort. We're in enough trouble as it is. You're to get out of this territory and fast.
You don't give me no orders no more, Captain. You can't afford to. Oh, you've forgotten what happened back here in Fort Craig. I don't think you can forget a thing like that. So I'm telling you that I'm gonna collect that money.
And I'm telling you, you'll put us both in front of the firing squad.
Oh, and I can't believe that, Captain. Captain, I don't think that could happen at all. So, you just get used to the idea that I'm gonna do things my way. Yeah, come on, Captain, relax. Get a little smile on your face. We've been getting away with murder up till now.
Pardon me, Captain. I've been waiting to see you.
What is it, Sergeant?
Well, it's about that prisoner, the one who says his name is Cartwright.
Oh, Sergeant, I want you to meet someone. You know that letter our prisoner had? It was stolen from this man, Joe Cartwright.
Howdy, Sergeant.
How are you, sir?
Well, Captain, I want to thank you again. It was real fortunate for me I came and reported this to you.
We're indebted to you, sir. Now I hope your business will be concluded speedily and successfully.
Captain, I got all the confidence in the world. Sergeant?
Goodbye, sir.
What was it you wanted to say about the prisoner, Sergeant?
Oh, nothing, sir. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
You got any rooms?
Oh, yes, if you'll just sign the register here. That's room 4, Mr. Cartwright. Joe Cartwright?
That's what I wrote down there, ain't it? Why?
Well, you see, I've been awfully busy around here, Mr. Cartwright, and I haven't had a chance to get off your telegram yet.
What telegram?
Oh, the one you sent in by the soldier. It's right over here. Oh, yes, there it is. I'll get to that right away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's telegram. Hey, friend?
Mm-hmm.
Friend, you don't have to send this telegram.
Oh?
No, everything's fine now. I just soon forget it. Where's the man get a drink around here?
Oh, in the bar. Oh, I'm the bartender, too. I'm just about everything else around here. Right this way.
Napping on duty, huh? You want to get us all scalped in our sleep?
I wasn't asleep, Sarge, honest. I was just resting my eyes. Anyways, there ain't been no Indian trouble around here in years.
Well, next time I catch you resting your eyes on duty, you're going to wish the only trouble you have is Indian trouble.
Good morning, Sergeant. Hey, I said good morning. You feel pretty good this morning, thanks to you.
Well, that's just fine, because you haven't got many mornings left.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know, some of these fuzzy-cheeked recruits around here think I'm too old. They think I ought to retire. Well, maybe they're right, because I must be getting soft in the head to let myself get bamboozled by a snake-eyed polecat like you.
Wait a minute, what's this all about? Last night you wanted to help me.
Sure, and late last night, right here in this fort, I saw the real Joe Cartwright. How do you like that, Corporal Borden?
What are you talking about? Oh, wait a minute. This man that you saw, was he wearing a green jacket, brown shirt, and gray pants?
Yeah, how'd you know that?
Because, Sergeant, those are my clothes. You remember I told you the man hit me on the head and switched clothes with me? That was Corporal Borden.
What you're saying is that the real Borden had the nerve to walk right in this fort, bold as brass, and get buddy-buddy with Captain Merced.
Who's the only man in this fort who knows what Borden looks like, Sergeant? Sergeant, who is the only man in this fort who knows what Borden looks like? You know, you're gonna have to get it through that thick skull of yours that your Captain Merced is up to something. You get all the proof you need when my father sends that wire back.
Yes, Mr. Cartwright?
Hey, you tell me where the cattle exchange is in this one-horse town? I'm looking for a man named Billings.
Oh, well, the cattle exchange is about 2 doors up the street. However, if you'd like to speak to Mr. Mort Billings, that's him sitting right over there at that table.
Thank you. Your name Billings?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, Mr.
Cartwright. My name is Joseph Cartwright.
Oh, yes, Mr. Cartwright. Your father wrote me several weeks ago, said he was sending his younger son to pick up a bank draft.
Well, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
I got a letter here from my dad, explaining everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd kind of like to get this business over with. real quick so I can just get right out of this town.
Don't you worry about that. The check is waiting for you in my office.
A check?
Oh, yes.
You see, I don't want no check. I want the money right in cash.
But this is Saturday. I'm afraid you'll have to wait at least until Monday morning when the bank reopens.
I can't wait that long, Mr. Billings.
Then you'll have to accept the check.
What kind of town is this? All right, now, I want that money then. I want it bright and early on Monday morning.
Of course, Mr. Cartwright. Oh, won't you join me in breakfast?
No, I'm gonna walk around the streets here and see if I can do something to keep me from getting bored to death. First thing on Monday morning.
Yes, sir. Mr. Weems.
Yes, Mr. Billings?
I want to send a telegram.
Oh, all right.
Right away, if you don't mind.
Oh, yes, sir. If you'll just write it out here.
This is to a Mr. Cartwright.
Mr. Cartwright.
In Virginia City.
Virginia City. But, Mr. Billings, you were just talking to Mr. Cartwright.
This is to his father. Oh. And keep this one under your hat, understand?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Dugan. Are you going to take all day shoeing that horse?
Well, I did what you said, Sarge. I sent the telegram just as soon as I got into town. I was going to come right back here, being as tired as I was, but I ran into that bar gal. I mean to tell you something, Sarge. She is a fat woman.
Will you shut up about you and your fat bar gals? Did you get an answer to that telegram?
Now, looky here, Sergeant. You didn't say nothing about me waiting for no answer.
Well, you dull-witted, fat-for-brains excuse for a soldier. Do you have to be told every little thing?
Well, ain't that just why I'm an enlisted man, Sergeant? Except I don't have to have no order to turn in. I am wore out.
Peters, you know what I'm going to do for you?
No, Sergeant.
I'm going to give you another pass to town.
Dugan, you want to go to town, don't you?
A soldier turning down a pass to town while you're a disgrace to that uniform. You get back to Lode City and you stay there until you get an answer to that telegram, and that's an order.
Soldier, you all right?
Yeah.
Little too much celebrating?
Ain't too much celebrating.
You'd be a whole lot better off sleeping back at Fort Meade than you would out here.
I'm going to sleep. You better know I'm going to sleep. Oh, hot dog, I got orders. I got to see about a telegram. What's that feller's name? Joseph Cartwright.
Hey, soldier! Hey, soldier, wait a minute. Come on back here.
Did he say Joe Cartwright?
You thought that's what he said, Joseph Cartwright. What would a soldier from Fort Meade have to do with a telegram about a little Joe?
I don't know. I'm gonna catch him, Paul.
Yeah. Yes, I'll go over to Fort Meade, make some inquiries there. I'll see you in Lode City.
Fine. I'll check out that Billings telegram, too.
All right.
I am in command of over 100 men here, Mr. Cartwright. And most of them are, well, an irresponsible lot. I can't keep track of all their movements.
Yes, but this man specifically used my son's name, Joseph Cartwright.
Joseph Oh, of course. He stopped by here last night. A most personable young man.
Well, little Joe was here.
That he was. He stopped to get his saddle cinch fixed. Said something about having finished some business in Lode City and was most anxious to get home, I believe.
That would be him, of course. I still don't understand what this man said. He was sending some wire for my son.
The soldier was probably doing your son a favor, wiring you that he was delayed but on his way home. I'm sure it's nothing more than that.
Yeah, of course, that would be it. Well, thank you very much, Captain.
I'll escort you to the gate.
Thank you.
Hey, little buddy.
Yes, sir.
Hi. You got a Joe Cartwright staying here, young feller, dark hair, dark eyes, wearing a green jacket.
Yeah, we sure have. He's in room 4, but he ain't here now. He stepped out about an hour ago.
He did, huh? Look, how'd he look? Was he seem to be all right?
Now, look, mister, I'm just about everything around here, but I ain't the doctor. Well, he looked all right. Why don't you try the saloons?
Yeah, I reckon will. Thank you.
You sent for me, sir?
I've heard from Fort Craig. The execution of the prisoners to take place tomorrow, at dawn.
Tomorrow, sir? But tomorrow's Sunday.
I don't care if it's the 4th of July. Corporal Borden is a killer, and as such, he deserves no particular consideration.
But, sir, are you sure that Fort Craig wants him shot tomorrow? With your permission, sir, I've been in the Army a good many years. I never remember a man being executed on the Sabbath.
This is my decision, Sergeant. Are you questioning it?
No, sir.
Then we understand each other. Carry out your orders.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Sergeant, I'd like a list of all men on leave.
Well, there's no soldiers on leave, sir. I sign all the passes myself.
Then there's one AWOL. And I have knowledge he's trying to help the prisoner. Check the roster.
Yes, sir.
Did you get the answer from my pa?
No, I didn't, son. But I got orders from Captain Merced. You're going to be lined up against a wall and shot tomorrow morning. It's just about 8 hours from now.
Yeah, but the telegram.
Well, your father better send an answer pronto. I got a man in town waiting for it. If it don't come, there's nothing else I can do, son.
Little Joe's on his way home.
Huh?
Yeah. Captain was at the fort. He said he was through there last night, and he's on his way back to Virginia City.
Well, if he is, he left all of his gear here.
What?
Yeah, he checked into this hotel, room number 4. I went up there and looked that room over, and his saddlebag, everything he's got's all up there.
Well, that's funny, isn't it? Did you see Billings?
No. He won't be back in town until tomorrow.
Little Joe left his gear here?
Sure did. I scouted around town for him. I never did see him. I figured he was probably holed up in a poker game somewhere, so I come back here to wait for him.
Well, maybe we'd both better check this town again.
Well? Did you get an answer to that telegram?
Now, you quit your jawing and bellowing at me, Sarge.
Don't you talk back to me, Peters, or I'll have your stripes.
What stripes? Besides, it was you that goofed up in the first place, sending me into town for an answer to a telegram that was never even sent.
Say that again.
It would never send, Sarge. I talked to that telegraph man at the hotel. He said it was picked up by the man whose name you signed to it in the first place. Feller named Joe Cartwright. And this Joe Cartwright said ain't no need in sending any telegram.
All right, boy. Go get a good night's sleep.
Well, what more proof do you need, Sergeant? You believe me now?
Yes, son, I believe you now.
All right, what are we going to do about it?
There's nothing I can do.
You mean nothing you can do? You mean you're going to go ahead with the execution even though you know you'll be guilty of killing an innocent man?
An enlisted man is never guilty for obeying orders, son. He's only guilty for disobeying them.
Oh, I see how it is, Sergeant. It's an order so you don't have to worry about your conscience.
Here's a list of men I want mustered out in the parade ground at dawn, full uniform.
What's up, Sarge?
Corporal Borden here's gonna face a firing squad, Captain Merced's orders.
If I'm going to get murdered, Sergeant, let's get the record straight. Not Borden, Cartwright.
Cartwright? Hey, now there's an odd one, Sarge. There was another fellow called himself Cartwright here earlier this evening while I was out on gate detail. Big, impressive-looking fellow, gray hair. Talked a bit with Captain Merced and then left.
Sergeant, that's my father. He was here.
Dugan, you keep your lip buttoned about this. You understand? I gave you orders. Carry him out.
Sergeant, you've got to go in town and find my father.
I can't go into town. The captain will want to know why. I've got to send someone else. There's only one man I can trust.
Look, it's a long haul to Lode City. We've only got a few hours left till sunup.
Now, you keep your shirt on. Like I told you, I've got the one man who can handle this.
Ooh.
Hey. Wake up, quick, come on. Run the double. Get dressed, put on your uniform.
What do you want, Sarge?
You're about the luckiest soldier on this post. I'm giving you another pass to town.
I don't want to pass into... I don't ever want to pass into...
What? A soldier turning down a pass? Well, you're a disgrace to this uniform. Come on, get dressed. On the double, come on.
We'd better go look for him again.
Paul, we ain't gonna find him. Like I said, he's probably holed up in a poker game somewhere, yet out.
Well, when that boy shows up, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind.
Oh, Paul, you don't know we're out looking for him.
If he's finished his business, he should be on his way home. I thought that was little Joe.
Those are little Joe's clothes.
Hey, Barkeep. Let me have a little nightcap.
Right away, Mr. Cartwright.
That all night poker makes a man thirsty.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Cartwright, these two gentlemen over here have been waiting to talk to you.
Well, son, we thought you'd never show up.
Yeah. I reckon you're sort of surprised to see us, ain't you, little brother? What are you so quiet about? Ain't you got a big hello for your family?
Yeah.
Well, what you fellas want with me?
It's kind of a silly question, ain't it? We just want you to come along with us, little brother.
Yeah, we just want to have a Little family talk. In private.
Well, I ain't going nowhere, neither one of you.
You keep a civil tongue in your mouth, boy, when you're talking to your pa, you hear me?
Now, see here, gentlemen, I don't want any trouble in here.
It's all right, Mr. Weems. Just a little family discussion.
Oh, well, I guess if it's all in the family, it's all right.
Now,
you come along with us, little brother.
I ain't your brother, and you know that.
And who are you? Where's my son?
Look, I don't know nothing. All I know is I won these clothes and a horse and a card game.
What about my son's name? Did you win that, too?
All right, so I used his name. I found a piece of paper in the pocket that said this Joe Cartwright could go ahead and collect $5,000. So I tried to collect it. It didn't work, but that's all I know about it. Now, come on, let me just ride out of town.
I asked you a question. Where's my son?
He ain't gonna talk, Pa.
Now, you listen to me, young fella. Did you ride out to Fort Meade last night and talk to Captain Merced?
I never been to Fort Meade. I don't know Captain Merced.
You know, I'm beginning to get the idea that you're lying to me. Just like I'm beginning to get the idea that Captain Merced lied to me. Because how could my son have concluded his business like the captain said he did? If you still got that letter to Mort Billings.
Look, that don't mean nothing to me. I don't know nothing about that.
Now, you got yourself mixed up in this. So you're gonna ride out with us to Fort Meade. We're gonna get some very honest answers to some very pertinent questions.
Now, you got a choice. You can come along with us conscious, or we'll take you unconscious.
Now get moving. Mr. Weems, sorry to have bothered you with our family problems.
Oh, well, that's all right, sir. It sounded right interesting. Wish I had time for that sort of thing. Say, soldier, don't you ever go to sleep?
Sleep? Please don't talk about it. I almost forgot what it's like.
Well, quit cluttering up my bar. Go sleep somewhere else.
Yeah. I can't. I gotta find Cartwright. Did you know a fella named Cartwright?
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Well, simply that. There are several, evidently.
Oh, no. Look, do me a favor. Just tell me where I can find any one of them.
Can't. Family affair. Very private.
No. I got to get some sleep.
No sign of him yet, son. I'll stall it as long as I can, but I can only do so much.
I know, Sergeant. It's not your fault. I'm not holding any grudge. I want you to know that.
You're a good soldier, son. You see anyone coming, anyone at all, you let me know real fast, you understand?
Yes, sir.
I guess I'm gonna die without ever knowing why. But you'll know, won't you, Captain? You'll know until the day you die. I just hope you can live with it.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Carry on.
Prisoner, fall in.
Detail. Head. Up. Forward. Hands. Right. Hands. Prisoner. Forward. Corporal Angus Borden, you've been found guilty of murder by a military court-martial. As commanding officer of this post, it is my duty to see that sentence is carried out. Ready? Aim! Fire!
What's that? Sound like rifle fire from the port, Paul. Move. Here.
Order! Arms! Sergeant, you issued those rifles. How do you account for this incompetence?
Well, I guess I made a mistake, sir. I meant to load only one of them rifles with a blank, like the regulation book says, but I guess I...
You guess! Your stupidity has just cost you your stripes.
Yes, sir.
This time you'll reload yourselves. And no blanks, you understand?
I tried, son. It gave us a couple of more minutes. But I don't know what to do next.
You did all you could, Sergeant. Thanks.
Sergeant, move away from the prisoner.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not moving. I've been in this man's army for 27 years, and I never disobeyed an order. But when you're gonna kill an innocent man, and I think you know he's innocent, then I gotta disobey.
Silence! Put the sergeant under arrest. Take him away. We will continue. You've all witnessed a flagrant act of willful insubordination. I can only surmise that Sergeant O'Rourke's many years of service have resulted in a breakdown. We will continue. Prepare to load. Load! Ready. Aim.
What is this?
Mr. Cartwright, this is a military post.
I know it is, Captain, and this is my son, the one you said was through here last night.
Well, I thought he did.
Did you? Then who's that?
I can tell you who that is. That's the real Angus Borden. The man who hit me on the head and took my clothes.
That's the man who came by here and said he was your son. I'm glad you're here, Mr. Cartwright. You stopped me from making a terrible error. Put that man under arrest.
Why'd you try to have me killed, Captain?
I've already told you, sir. It was a mistake.
Oh, come on. It was no mistake. You know who I am and you know who he is. You never met me at Fort Craig. You never saw me before in your life.
Well, in any event,
Come
sir.
on now, Captain. There ain't no mistake about it, and you know it. You're in this thing right up to your neck. So he juggled the books back here at Fort Craig. Then I'd peddle the supplies to the Indians.
That's a lie, Borden.
Shut up, Captain, and let him finish. Everything worked out real fine. Till another officer caught on to us. And then I killed him right in front of the captain. After I was tried and convicted, Captain Harris lucked me the key to the guardhouse. To save his own hide. But we partners, Captain. You gonna get it just the same as I am. Don't try it, Captain.
Captain Merced, sir, you're under arrest. Take them both to the guardhouse.
I'd like you to meet Sergeant O'Rourke. Man who saved my life. Sergeant?
I don't know how to thank you.
Mr. Cartwright, if he gives you any more trouble, you just send for me.
Sergeant? Thank you.
So long, son.
Thank you, Sarge.
Well?
That Williams feller back at the hotel, he wouldn't say nothing about them Cartwrights.
Huh?
He said it was a family.
You know, Peters, you'd make a pretty good soldier if you wouldn't keep asking for those passes to go into town all the time. Peters? Hey, Peters?